Hi, my name is Steven Zacher with the Memphis Fire Department. I'm a firefighter paramedic for the city of Memphis, and I'm also in charge of the lateral recruitment process. Through the process, we get a lot of frequently asked questions as we post things out onto social media. We get a lot of comments and questions, so I am going to try my best to answer the majority of the questions that we receive. It's a lot easier for video versus trying to type everything out and have that individual read it. This way people can always play this back and hopefully get the answers that they're looking for. Also, I would like to put out just the facts of the lateral process, working for the Memphis Fire Department, and life here in Memphis. Every once in a while you see a negative post that is not factual. So what my goal is as a recruiter for the lateral program is to give you the facts. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to let you know everything that you should know about taking a career position as a firefighter lateral here in the city of Memphis. So we're going to go over some of the most frequently asked questions. Number one, how does the program work? The program works by individuals applying that have at least 2 years of full-time experience or 5 years of volunteer experience. You can also have part-time experience that we add into your full-time experience. It is our belief that if you're getting paid to do this service, that is professional firefighting. So you should be able to use that time as a full-time requirement. You also need to have Firefighter 1 and Firefighter 2 from your state. You do not have to have an IFSAC or Pro Board seal, but for the state of Tennessee, that is how you obtain reciprocity for your Firefighter 1 and 2 certification. If you do not have it, you can challenge the state exam after you go through the Lateral Academy and get the appropriate training hours for you to sit for that examination. You will have to take a practical and a written test for that, Firefighter 1 and Firefighter 2 for the Tennessee Fire Commission. We do accept IFSAC and Pro Board. EMS license, you have to have an EMT, advanced EMT, or paramedic license from your state. If you have national registry or you have had national registry, you can gain reciprocity. We will still hire individuals that have just a state license that have never had national registry. But keep in mind, if you were selected and you get on the Memphis Fire Department, you will have to pass the national registry with the current state license that you have in order for you to be able to obtain a Tennessee license. You will be under contract. You will have a certain amount of time for you to achieve that licensure, or you will be separated from the Memphis Fire Department. Why do we hire so many laterals? We hire so many laterals because, one, we fill a void from individuals not obtaining their paramedic license. And I'll explain. Every new employee, fire recruit for the Memphis Fire Department, have to become a paramedic. They have a certain amount of time to achieve this goal. Now, the Memphis Fire Department does have its own EMT, advanced EMT, and paramedic school built inside of its fire academy. It's taught by firefighter paramedics that have their instructor coordinator, and it's a recognized college through the state. If these individuals do not obtain that goal of becoming a paramedic, they will become separated from the Memphis Fire Department. Laterals help fill the void of the individuals not obtaining that. Right now, about 23.8% of all candidates are not passing. We give them an opportunity, we give them the tools to be successful. If they cannot achieve it, then we are able to hire laterals to backfill for that. By hiring laterals, it saves us time and money. Those are two key points of why we hire laterals. We've hired over 300 laterals since 2017. 23% of those laterals have separated from the Memphis Fire Department. The number one reason why is because they have gotten a position back at home, or they have family concerns that they need to go back home for. We understand that. The other reason why, the number two reason why laterals leave or separate from the Memphis Fire Department is workload. The Memphis Fire Department is one of the largest fire departments in the country. Matter of fact, if you look up, some statistics say that we're the 8th largest fire department in the country. We're tied with Dallas and Phoenix. We are a very large urban fire department. We fight a lot of fire and we run a lot of EMS calls. A lot of individuals that have come from across the country from a small town, they come into the Memphis Fire Department and they are introduced into a very urban environment that they're not used to, and the workload is very intense. And those individuals decide that this is not the career path for them, no big deal, and they separate. So that's the reason why we hire so many laterals. Now, once a candidate has gone through the application process for the lateral, you will be given an opportunity for your application to be vetted to make sure that the qualifications are there, and then you will have an interview. All candidates that are from out of town will have an opportunity to interview virtually using Microsoft Teams. You will sit with at least 2, sometimes 3 chiefs, lieutenants, and officers from the Memphis Fire Department, and you will have a panel interview. We do this virtually so you do not have to travel to Memphis multiple times. We also travel to any area that we have a high candidate pool. We've done this in several cities. This year, we're going to Ohio, and the reason why we're going to Ohio is that we have a high candidate pool from that area. The reason why Ohio and states like Illinois, because they have so many paramedic schools inside of their state. They have more paramedics than other places, including Tennessee, where we only have a limited amount of paramedic schools across the state. And we go to areas that have a surplus of paramedics. This is the reason why we travel. We travel because we want you to know that we're dedicated to making sure that we're getting the right candidate to be able to come to the Memphis Fire Department. Once that individual interviews and they are accepted, they will be given a contingent job offer. They will come to Memphis for 2 days of testing. That testing is a physical agility test that is like a modified combat challenge, a psychological exam, a medical exam, a drug screening, and background check. Should take about 2 days. You only have to travel to Memphis 1 time. That's the process. Once the background check comes through, you will be given a full offer, and class will start February 14th, 2022 of this lateral hiring process. So let's talk about pay. For a paramedic, your top out pay will be $64,092. Now, keep in mind that you are eligible for, after your first year, you're eligible for being able to add any kind of education that you have from college. From associate's degree up to a bachelor's degree, you can earn up to 7.5% over your top salary. We also give 2% once you get qualified on a couple of pieces of equipment. And then we also have 13 paid holidays. So what I'm explaining here is that you have several incentives of making more money over your base salary. Next July, you will receive a 3% raise. The union, 1784 here for the firefighters, negotiated. We had a 3% raise this July. You'll get a 3% raise next July. We're also receiving a 9% bonus. We got a 9% bonus this year. We're getting a 9% bonus next year and a 9% bonus the following year of 2023. That is part of the retention plan from the city of Memphis. On top of that, we're also offering a $2,500 sign-on bonus. We also offer $2,500 in moving costs. You'll keep all your receipts, you'll turn them in, you'll get reimbursed up to $2,500 at this time. Let's talk about benefits. We have a retirement plan that's called a 401A. It is not a 401k, it is a 401A. They are 2 separate, different types of retirement. 401A is what the city of Memphis offers their new employees. The way this system works is a lot like a pension. The 401A, the employee will put in 8%. They can no more or less, no more, over the top, 8% is what you're going to put in. Once the employee puts in their 8%, the city will contribute 6% for the first 5 years. Every 5 years, they will increase their percentage. It starts off at 6%, 8%, 10%, 13%, and then you top out at 16% of what the city will contribute after year 20. That money is invested, and think of it as your own ball of money. So you're collecting money inside of this, and it's growing in investments. Once the individual gets to 25 years, at age 55, that ball of money is then taken and put into and invested into the traditional pension plan. You will have a formula set up from how much money is in that fund for yourself, how many years of service you have, and the IRS mortality rate, and then they're going to formulate a percentage that you're going to draw from that. It could be 60%, it could be 68%. It just depends on the market and where that money is at and how many years of service that you have in. But once they lock in that percentage, you're guaranteed that money for life. I'm going to repeat that. You're guaranteed that money for life. The way that works is it's reinvested and stays inside the pension. You're going to draw from that. I always get it all the time. Zachary, what happens if I outlive the amount of money that I had in that fund by myself? It doesn't matter. That money's reinvested and it's just churning and burning inside the market, and they're guaranteeing you that you're going to make that percentage for the rest of your life. If you are to pass away, your spouse will draw 75% of that until they pass away. Then that money stays, whatever's left is staying inside of the pension. That's how the 401A works. It takes 10 years to be invested. I hear it all the time. Oh, they can just take that 401A with them wherever they go. No, that's not true. 10 years of being invested is when you will be able to draw what the city contribute once you retire. You cannot take all of the money. If you want to leave the city of Memphis and separate, then you can only pull out what you've put in. You're not taking the percentage that the city has put in for you. Matter of fact, at the end of your retirement, you're allowed to draw up to 25% at retirement of what was in that account before it goes into the big pension for you to draw your percentage. But keep in mind, that's going to drop your percentage down, and then you'll be able to have that 25% of whatever that money was, and you can reinvest it any way you want, or you can leave it in there to draw that. Here's the other thing. If you have a retirement from another city or another municipality or whatever, you can take that money and put it into our deferred comp. Once that money gets into the deferred comp after 25 years and you're ready to retire, you can take the deferred comp and put it on top of your 401A to increase that percentage. It's up to you. You get to do what you want to with it. That will increase that percentage, and you can look at it as the years of service that you had somewhere else. You can add it on the back end of your 401A system. That is our retirement. Now, people say, how is the money funded for retiree health care? And that's because in 2019, the Union 1784 fought for us to have a referendum with a sales tax increase of half of a cent. The city voted on it, the voters voted on it for public safety, and now that half cent goes into a fund, and that's how it is able to be funded. So keep in mind, here in the city of Memphis, the voters support police and fire. Okay, so that's how the 401A works for us. Ambulance time, get it all the time. How do we operate our ambulances? Well, here in the city of Memphis, for the fire department, we ride the ambulance 12 hours at a time. We don't let anybody, unless it's under extreme circumstances, to ride the ambulance for 24 hours. If you're a paramedic, if you're an EMT or advanced EMT, you're going to ride it for 12 hours when you're assigned to that piece of equipment. And then you'll ride the other half on a fire apparatus, a pumper or a truck. We do that because, one, it's unsafe, and two, you're a firefighter. We want you fighting fire also. So you swap back and forth in a fire station that has a piece of equipment and an ambulance in between with a partner. You're not going to be assigned to an ambulance every day. So when you are, you're only going to do 12 hours. So it's easy for me to say that 50% of your time is not going to be on an ambulance, you're going to be on a piece of fire equipment. You will get assigned to a pumper or a truck. We do have a few ALS trucks for those paramedics. I get that all the time. Can I ride a truck? You can ride a truck. We do have ALS trucks in the city. You will do that job. Throughout this system, we are a very large fire department if you're looking for an opportunity to work in a major metropolitan fire department, this is your opportunity. I'm here to give you the facts, not trying to sell you on anything, but if you're looking, feel free to contact me. I'm going to put my email in this post. Send me an email with any of your questions. I'll answer them. I'll give you the truth. It's up to you to decide, is this the career path for you? Our goal is to not just recruit you, but we want to make sure that you have a successful career where you have upper mobility and promotions, and then a successful retirement for you and your family. We understand that you are making a decision to leave everything that you know and start a career with the Memphis Fire Department if that's what you're choosing. Our goal is to make sure that you understand exactly what the Memphis Fire Department and the city of Memphis can give you in that career. Keep in mind, when people hear the salary of Memphis, they want to compare it to what's going on in California or other areas of the country. $64,000, you're going to make somewhere around $70,000 as a firefighter paramedic, and it just goes up from there. But Memphis, as a major city, is 16% lower cost of living than the national average. We are compensated pretty well for what we do in the city of Memphis versus the cost of living. Keep that in mind. You can look it up. I encourage you to look it up. When it comes to the benefits, I will send you the link to our benefits. Take it to a financial advisor. Make sure it's exactly what you're looking for in a career. We want you to be successful. We have great equipment. We have great personnel. We fight a lot of fire. We run a lot of calls. We are the Memphis Fire Department. And if you want to join us, click the Jot Form link, fill out the interest form. I will contact you. I'll send you an email for an application. We'll set you up for an interview. Good luck. If you have questions, let me know.